We asked storytellers to select a type of story and some words to inspire the stories that they tell.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a pretty much true story. I think in my life I've been very blessed with wonderful friends. I have close friends still from high school, from college. I'm kind of picking up a few along the way later on in life. And one of my favorite sort of traditions that emerged by accident was birthday celebrations. My birthday is at the end of August when everyone's either away for the summer or getting back into action for school or whatever their activities are. I'm like in that week in between all of that when everyone's off in a million places. So for many years, it was kind of hard for me to get a really rip-roaring birthday celebration going. But there were a few years after college where three of my closest friends and I would get together and just sit in Riverside Park, have a drink, sanctioned drinks at the places where you can get them. We didn't like smuggle anything in or anything. And we would just sit by the river and talk and laugh. And it was really especially fun for me because the three of them weren't all from the same place. One of them was my closest friend from high school, and two were two of my closest friends from college. And we didn't always all live in the same place. One lived in California for a while, one lived in Maryland. Everyone was kind of always moving around in those 20s years. But somehow there was a string of years where the four of us managed to get together. And it was really kind of a highlight for me because I always kind of struggled with combining people from different universes of mine. Like my friends are my friends. The friends from high school were there, college there. After that, family, everyone was kind of separate for me. And it's still kind of like that to this day. But having those three people who were so close to me, who I could always just kind of laugh with and be honest with. And there's never really any judgment, though sometimes a bit of mockery. We'd like the same movies and music and everything. And we'd just sit there in Riverside Park, usually on the Upper West Side, and not further down or further up, but just kind of in that sweet spot in the middle where you can see the river and you can see the trees. And it's in August, so you have these hot days, but you have some wind come by from the water and the sun setting orange and reflecting in our drinks and reflecting in our moods. And I don't know what to say about buttons, though I guess maybe what I'll say is that when I was in college was when people started having cell phones more readily. And I resisted for a really long time until I went away to California for a semester, and my parents were very stressed about the idea of me going without a cell phone. So I got one. And I feel like in the beginning of the times that we would gather in Riverside Park, the four of us would really just experience nature for a while. And then as the years grew on, we were much more in our phones. We really kind of forgot how to just sit there sometimes probably and not thinking about what else we had to do or who else we had to respond to or whatever. But a few years ago, I think it was when I turned 35, I'm not sure. One of those three friends, she and I got together, and she and I, for years since college, would get together and write. And she joined me in Riverside Park. We brought paper and different colored pens, and we just sat writing stories and poetry and nonsense. Then the third friend eventually joined us. And I don't think the fourth did that night, but it was one of those times where I felt like we were really just kind of living in, back to the beginning of these summer birthdays, where it was just us and the park. And then a couple years after that, I kind of had a big party in the park. There was one summer where there were a lot of people who were around for my birthday, and we brought tons of blankets and food, and we sat there till it got dark, and we brought lanterns, and we had to leave at a certain point because obviously you can't stay in a park after dark. That's not really safe, but we were just right by the avenue, so it was okay. And it was one of the best birthdays I ever had. So, and it's all kind of rooted in that I feel really lucky that I have great friends, and I'm excited to celebrate the upcoming birthday with them too. Thanks. The end.